Of all the random things for me to record, I promise you this probably wasn't on your wish list or your bucket list or whatever. I haven't played this in such a long time. What's good, YouTube? It's Jay here, and we are playing some. Let me just get it ready. We're playing Star Wars Fallen Republic, which is a very phenomenal Star Wars mod for one of my favorite RTSs of all time / God Sims, whatever you want to call it, Stellaris. I don't expect this video to be super long, but I kind of want to get back into making videos in this series. Now, the last time we left off, I left you all with a bunch of terrible intros that really had no substance to them, and some of the poorest editing I've probably ever done in my life because my software at the time sucked. But that's beside the point. We're back again, and we're still playing as the Mandalorians. My old save still works since you can roll back to older versions of Stellaris on Steam. So we're gonna kind of take a look and see where we're sitting at right now, baby. It's been a minute. I just got through doing a war with the Hutts, and I probably should have recorded that yesterday. I was doing a big old grand war with the Hutts for control of one of their client states, which are the Transdoshans. This whole ring of territory from Abron all the way to Kashyyyk used to be a part of the Transdoshan Empire, whatever you want to call it. They've still got a few worlds here and there, but some of these worlds are so heavily fortified. Like these guys, imagine imagine in the Star Wars universe, the Trandoshans are that powerful of an empire they can afford Golan 2s next to XQ2 platforms. That would be terrifying. The former Tanab Authority, or whatever the heck it used to be called, got taken over by the Transdoshans, so they no longer exist, technically. I mean, it's Star Wars, so they still could exist as a small organization. They're not truly gone in spirit. These Golan 2 models are pretty nice too. Shout out to all the turrets that are slapped on these suckers. Look at all these turrets, man. Now, if you're wondering actually how things are going with the Rebellion versus the Empire, well, the Rebels, they've pushed the Empire back. This all used to be Imperial, and well, the Empire lost the first war they had with the Rebellion. The Confederate remnant is still doing shenanigans. There's some pockets of the Empire still out here. The Iriadu Authority still exists, and so forth and so forth. Many of the Imperial client states still exist. The whole Galactic Empire Federation thing still exists. Coruscant is now firmly under control of... Oh, wait. Oh. Wait, the Empire still holds Coruscant. They just... Their planets have just been raided or invaded or whatever. Okay, yeah, so the Rebellion has forces on Coruscant. You might as well call them the New Republic at this point. It sounds like something's bombarding the planet. What the heck? There are no ships in orbit. Coruscant's just exploding. Obviously, they're not... I don't think the Rebels are ever going to take Kuat. Kuat, while you can't see what it has on it right now, has some of the most powerful orbital defenses in the entire galaxy right now. That's pretty much canon to the lore. Same with Rendili, same with Fondor. I don't even know where Fondor is. Where the heck is Fondor? Is it closer to the core? Is it closer to the colony regions? I know it's not all the way out here. This is way too far. What trade route is this? Is this is a Rimba trade. Rimba trade routes. Where, somebody correct me in my Star Wars astrology? Astrography. Whatever, we'll go with that. I don't know where Fondor is. Let's see where Fondor is. I'm looking right at it. Fondor is all the way down here? Huh. I guess that makes sense. That's what... Oh, I did just get through reading lore about it, how it's supposed to technically be a part of the colony regions, but because of its age, it's considered a core world, despite the fact that the core is like right around here. Corellia is doing pretty damn good. They're still independent. They've got a couple of holdings here and there. The Imperium of Alpha, I think, is a new... Yeah, they're a new faction. They're one of the many factions that they created by the Rebellion once they took over a few different areas. So their logo, their icon, none of it really matches up with any of the canon lore and all of that. And by canon, I'm talking expanded universe. Although, regrettably, we have found Jeddah. We have also found Lehan, which is home, or supposed to be home anyway, to, I would assume, the Starforge. I've managed to get some forces out here, though, to actually take control of this entire area. I don't see us defeating this fleet anytime soon, unfortunately, though. That's a 42,000, nearly 43,000 damaged military power fleet. Yeah, if you're wondering how I got up here, I just guided a couple of construction ships and some science vessels, saved up 1,000 influence, and just built a station out here. We just took it over. Now for the Mandalorian Empire, because that's what we're theoretically called now on paper. We've taken over countless worlds, if you can see on this left side, despite the fact that my camera's in the way. We've got many worlds over here that are now firmly under the Mandalorian rule. We are a fair empire that thrives off of waging war for no reason, but we accept all species because anybody can become a Mandalorian if they take the oath, technically. We got a bunch of planets that really need to be built up, but for the time being, isn't too crazy. Our military power is, well, let's just say the budget constraints are a little bad right now. The rebellion has so much metal and alloy that we've borrowed 99% of our stocks in alloy from just them. Like, we fueled all of our wars by selling spice. That's right, we sold crack to the Rebel Alliance, and we fueled our entire... Okay, so the raw and delivery driver just came to my door. I totally lost track of what was happening. In any case, the rebellion is arguably the biggest faction in the entirety of the game. The Black Sun still exists, and I want to take them out so badly, but they're still a tributary under the Alliance. We don't have the military power to fight them. Mandalore is what I was talking about. Our empire has become vast, and through our selling of drugs to the heroic Rebel Alliance, we've been able to fuel a military so great that nobody has really been able to match us in our war efforts. Granted, I wish I kind of did record some of the footage of the war, but it was literally just hours of me just staring at my screen while watching things kind of happen. And honestly, it would have made for at least like 8 hours of gameplay. It's probably better to be streamed than it would be to be recorded like that, but that's okay. In any case, our military has become very vast. We've acquired a large variety of starships now. We've obviously got the basics like the Jahavi, the Crate. We've got actual access to the DP-20. I think this is the model from Use on Vanguard War. I haven't seen this thing in ages. We've obviously got the Crusader Corvette and whatnot. We've got the Kiltron class dungeon ship, Nebulon Bees, something called the Terok, but it's a placeholder model. We unfortunately probably won't see this in the playthrough because I'm running on an older version of the game. The Nebulon B2 is now here as well, looking as crisp and as beautiful as ever. We've got access to the CC-7700, which is an interdictor type vessel. I have yet to field any of these though, but I think I'm going to start doing that because we've been having some issues with people leaving our star systems and stuff mid-battle. Got the Victory Mark II, obviously. We had that last time. We now have the Protector class missile cruisers. This is actually the model from Rise of the Mandalorians, and it looks super good converted into Stellaris. We've got the Bevan class cruiser, which is an advanced cruiser. Never in my life have I seen this model before, but it looks phenomenal. Kind of looks like that Nebulon C ship that I used to see back in the day, but it looks incredible. It really does. Obviously, we've got the Kyra Mud. You cannot do Star Wars Mandalorian stuff without the Kyra Mud class. Then we've obviously got the Lictor class dungeon ship, which is again another classic Mandalorian vessel in all of its beautiful, terrifying might. You got the Centurion class early Star Destroyer. Obviously, a 3,000-year-old ship isn't really going to do you much in a modern galactic war. Obviously, the Kandosi, can never go wrong with the Kandosi. We still field these, and I've still been upgrading them ever so slowly with new pieces of technology, new shield generators, and starfighters. Also, in Dimension, we have access to Gladiators, Star Vipers, Cabbers. I kind of want to keep it diversity a little bit, so I'm going to include like some of each, I think, in future fleet formations, because it seems kind of dumb just to completely phase out one starfighter unit. That just doesn't happen in Star Wars. If you can field it with your other units, you just field it with your other units. That's just how it goes. We've unlocked the Aggressor class destroyer, which is from Forces of Corruption, for those that don't know, and it looks incredible. If I recall, I think this is the remake model. I don't really remember. But you can see right there, they got that little core part that charges up to fire the turbo laser and the ion cannon. And canonically, I think this is the correct placement. We've got a turbo laser on top, or a fixed plasma cannon, my apologies, and a fixed ion blast cannon on top. So these things are pretty damn nasty. One of the issues I've been debating between is like switching this armor piece around, because this one hurts the armor hit points by about 500, but it removes those negative modifiers for the speed. But honestly, I don't think they're really that bad. We have a bunch of different upgrade parts too. Right now, I've got it equipped with a bulkhead, a Type 10 bulkhead, Type 10 modulated power core, Type 10 titanium plating, a lot of Type 10s, Type 10 focusing arrays, Type 10 targeting interfaces to help it hit its targets hopefully a little bit smoother with these big guns, and then some hyperdrive motivators, only to increase his FTL speed because traveling the galaxy, you gotta be a little bit quicker. I'm hopefully gonna get the upgrade for the combat computers soon, so we can change these Type 10 combat computers around for Mark II variants. Because as we speak, I mean, these are pretty still decent. Like computers, they shoot 50%. They have 50% more range. They're pretty good. And then this thing is also equipped with a bunch of dual turbo lasers, dual mass drivers, which dot a majority of the hull, and then we've obviously got some dual light turbo lasers and whatnot. We can swap a lot of this around, honestly. Let's see. We can honestly swap these around for light mass drivers. I don't think we're gonna do that yet. If we create a second variant of the ship, maybe we'll give it a try. We've got a couple of different internal and external structures we can go with, so whatever. Actually, what mods do we have access to with this? Okay, so nothing different. Okay. We just unlocked the Cadelby. I have yet to even build these, but we've unlocked the Cadelby class battle cruiser, or in this case, advanced destroyer, but whatever you want to call it. I've been attacked by these with the Hutt forces, and they were pretty damn powerful. They were very scary. Oh, geez, man. They were very terrifying, actually. We need to actually put a better power core system in this ship because at its current weight, it does not generate enough power to fund its shield technology, its weapons, etc. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this Type 12 modulated power core for another hypermatter reactor. I mean, it lowers the damage by 1% and that's it. Or this increases the damage by 1%, but that's it. So I mean, nothing too crazy. We'll be able to field a more powerful ship overall because of our shield generator tech and whatnot. So that's not too bad. We still can't put another bomber here, unfortunately. The power consumption is just too much unless we remove like maybe if we ditch. Let's see, because on paper, what does more damage? Let's see. On paper, this one I think does more damage. I mean, and a missile has higher chances of missing than a bomber. Okay, so we'll slap a Kaigalar. I don't know how to pronounce Mandalorian words, dude. We'll slap one of these bombers here and outfit our bad boy with all of that nice tech. And then we got the Luckerhawk class battleship. I've actually made two separate variants. A full-on battleship variant equipped with nothing but just guns. It actually can be completely upgraded, and I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and do this then. Feel empty? Oh, I see. That's the problem. All right, well, I mean, we could just sacrifice a couple of these hypermatter things. What is this? Targeting systems? We don't need targeting systems. We've got a lot of hull and armor. We could actually sacrifice this. Actually, this doesn't give us power at all. Okay, well, never mind. The focusing arrays, what do we sacrifice on this? Because I would like to upgrade his tractor beam too. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to obsolete variants, and we will equip it with some obsolete turbo lasers as well, some tier 3s. It should hopefully help the power consumption a bit. And then we just need to upgrade a little bit further. So I mean, like, it's not a total full upgrade, but it's gonna be better than what we had originally to make the ship more powerful. And then we got the Luckerhawk carrier variant, which obviously just fields a buttload of starfighters. We're actually gonna go ahead and upgrade a few of these. We'll keep a couple of Star Vipers in there too, because why not? We like our Star Vipers, am I right? All right, and then that's pretty much it Navy-wise. We've also got access to the XQ1 and XQ2 type platforms. I think this is the XQ2. This actually might be the XQ2 and this is the XQ3. I don't really remember, honestly. Either way, that's what we got access to. Then we've got access to the Golan 1 Space Nova Gun, as it's called in the Star Wars world. Then we're gonna actually go ahead and put a few new upgrades on this bad boy as well. Let's slap this here and here, hit it with a little save, and then bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So, that's pretty much what we're all fielding with here. What is obsolete designs? What about retire ship design? Wait, welcome, man. I've never seen this before. Welcome, Mandalore. While the development of new capital ships has greatly enhanced the power flexibility, also do complicate our shipbuilding and plan and process. High obsolete or one ship design. Hotkey F9. And we can unhire retired ships or services. Okay. We can retire, let's see. We can retire the model that isn't showing up properly. There we go. Okay, we can actually just straight up retire. We can retire a lot of things, actually. We might retire the Kiltron. I don't really remember. The Kiltron is the only ship I know currently that... Oh, wait, these are turbo lasers. I thought these were ion cannons. Oh. I mean, does the Nebulon fare better than the Kiltron class? It does. Imagine being outclassed by a Nebulon, be freaking. Okay, we're gonna hide the Kiltron class. Bit of an old ship. Okay, and then we can just bring it back if we ever need it. Let's go ahead and what is this? Durasteel armor weave. And oh wait, this is better. Okay, so we'll upgrade our Nebulon Bs. And then we'll save that once our fleet finishes upgrading, pretty much. So yeah, we've got multiple navies right now. I'll go ahead and hide some of this stuff all the way over here. If we're talking population also, that's kind of what I got everything organized by. Actually, wait. What is this order? I don't know what this order is, baby. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got a pretty decently high populated empire right now. If we were to go ahead and check our, I don't know how many species we have. I don't know how to see how many people we actually have currently in our empire, but I think it's a pretty decent amount. Well, in any case, we've spread out pretty decently. My goal right now is to get rid of what's left of these damn Transoceans, because they are just in the way, honestly. Like they're crowding up a lot of our space. I wish you could actually still close off borders in modern versions of Stellaris, because there's so many units that just traverse through space. But at the same time, it also makes the game flow a little bit more smoothly, not being able to just shut off borders and whatnot. I might turn that event off for a little bit. We're still getting those tails from the cantina. You could actually disable that though. We've got a bit of a nice holding over here at Crow Evil, which is keeping out the Tion hegemony. We've had a lot of battles in the star system because of its proximity to two separate worlds. You go up north, you are at Anteve. You go down south, you're at Velm. And both of those worlds have been impounded to hell and back just because of the amount of this is a nice cluster. Oh, speaking of the devil, we just finished some technology stuff. Oh, we got turbo lasers, Mark V turbo lasers, and we also got advanced armies. So this is unlocked the Mandalorian Jet Warrior, the Turbo Storm gunship, the MHA artillery, and the MHT-1 tank. I actually don't know what these are. I legitimately don't know what those are. Okay, so one of the next things we could probably go ahead and do is upgrade our concussion missile tech. Our current missile tech, I think, is still only at tier 2, if I recall. Oh, we can specialize our turbo lasers too. We don't really have much of a focus on ion cannon weaponry, so I think we'll go with this one instead and just kind of go from there. But now our current long-term goals are to finish clearing out these guys so we can have complete and utter control of its nav sectors and what's basically left of the Transocean forces. If we can push them all the way up to here, that would be even better. We're going to keep this fleet stationed at Croavel, however you want to pronounce that, and we're going to fortify our defenses over at Dalcredi in Thyrsus, I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't really know. The only two ways to get to this system right here are through Thyrsus, which you can technically completely avoid, which sucks, but it's not a big deal. You can get to here from any of these two systems. You can technically go around them too. So what I also need to technically do is put a gravity well generator on these stations that I apparently didn't have before, and that'll keep them from jumping around all over the place. We've already got one here actually, so that should keep any forces that come through from just having a field day jumping through all of our systems like they were originally. Let's see, what other planets are we looking at next? So yeah, we've got this one right here, and then we've got the station at Croctor, which is also upgrading. We can go, oh, we don't have any defenses here, not a single defensive platform. Okay, how many drugs can we sell to the rebellion? This is why the rebellion is beating the empire. They are all juiced up on spice. They have no fear in their hearts. It's like World War II and meth. Meth fueled everybody in the war. All right, so there we go. There we go. Just sell them some more drugs, and we'll sell them some Bacta. It's a double-edged sword. We're selling them Bacta, and then we're selling them drugs, and the Bacta will help them cope with their drug addiction. So yeah, we're just gonna do the equivalent of cheating. And I'll leave a little bit of room just to be nice. We sold them 2,000, I don't know how many pounds of Bacta for several hundred thousand pounds of metal. It works for me. Okay. So, what are we gonna do next, you might ask? You might wonder if we're gonna go for another war or anything of the sort currently. If we were to declare war on these guys, we'd start a war with the Carillion sector and the Intergalactic Banking Clan. And the Carillions, I'm pretty certain, outnumber me by a mile. They are very, very powerful. Oh, we don't have Kashyyyk lined with our trade routes. Let's fix that. There we go. That should help bring in some money to the Wookiees. Mandalorians respect Wookiees. We are not just space savages, like some other people make us out to be. We're just gonna slap a shit ton of golems on top of this planet, and then bada bing, bada boom. That's it. That's all we gotta really worry about. We've got more than enough money to keep up with what we're losing on a daily basis. I mean, to be fair, we have over 400, more like over 300 number of ships compared to the recommended. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get the point. We're gonna go ahead and beef up our defenses. We've got Croctor going. Next for Thyrosus. Geez, there's all these planets have some insane names there. Gonna go ahead and slap a few platforms here. Set these to upgrade. You got a lot of upgrades to go for because we just got those new turbo lasers. I don't know what's out of date on this.
Our ships have been made superior.
Oh, the turbo lasers. All the turbo lasers are outdated. All right. Well, might as well get all these up to date. We got a lot of stations too, dude. We got a lot of stations.
Our ships have been made superior. Our ships have been made superior. Our ships have been made superior.
Stellaris is one of those games that's kind of hard to just straight up record footage of because it's such a stagnant.
Our ships have been made superior. Our ships have been made superior. Our ships have been made superior. Our ships have been made superior.
So Stellaris is one of those games that's kind of hard to record footage of because of just there's a lot of sitting and a lot of waiting. The fuck was that noise? Oh, the Galactic Senate just disapproved of something. There was a resolution they just tried to pass and it failed. We got a lot of active modifiers. Jeez. They're also probably a little mad at us because I think we're not experimenting. I digress. We're influencing a few native planets, you know, with some Presapiens. Even though technically there's really no Presapiens in this. I mean, let's be realistic here. It's just piss poor worlds. It's like Bandomir isn't necessarily really the most primitive thing in Star Wars, as far as I remember anyway. Can somebody correct me on that? Like, some of these planets aren't really, like, primitive, but I mean, we have to keep the species in the universe somehow, you know what I'm saying? So we actually might uplift the Bandomirians, or whatever you want to call them. What do you guys even look like? Okay, so these aren't even their, like, canon faces or whatever, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Active diplomacy. Active native studies. Okay, so we need active native studies to actually level them up and bring them up into our empire and whatnot. I'm thinking we're gonna probably put a garrison here, not make it too big of a base, but make it only founder species. We'll we'll put whatever these guys are. We'll put them here, and we'll use this. We'll turn this into a fortress system, put a heavy garrison there. Now, I don't know which planets off the top of my head have some of the biggest military complexes. I almost like constellations. They're starting an emergency veto or emergency resolution. Okay, let's do a couple of things here. Market district, administrative districts. I wish there was a way to keep track of what planets have your military installations on, because frankly, it's super freaking annoying to try and just remember all of that stuff. Drug trade expands on Trandosha. That's okay. I don't like that planet anyway. They deserve it. That's the one planet we're probably just going to disregard because of how they've always treated Wookiees. I hate the damn Transoceans. Okay, so we got a heavy vehicle factory. on this planet, and I think I'm gonna make this a control group. So we're gonna mark this control group 1. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll use our numerical keys to keep track of all of our armies. We do have some stuff we can recruit here. Wrong button. We can recruit. We've got all this stuff. Okay. We do have a heavy vehicles factory, but I don't think anybody works there. Yeah, I mean, hold on, wait. Do we not have anybody? Do we not have anybody working in the vehicle factory? Because I don't think we do. Technicians, farmer, clerks, miners. Interesting. That's interesting. We can't recruit anybody for. Oh, I just didn't scroll down. Wow. Not the brightest guy sometimes. In any case, we do have a couple of military facilities here. We do have a Bacta facility. We got a precinct house. So once we level up a bit, we'll put more military facilities here. I'm pretty certain Kashyyyk is capable of being a pretty damn heavy world. I mean, it's the capital formerly of the Transocean sector. We'll go ahead and upgrade this. Holy smokes, this makes a lot of food. Okay, all right. We'll plop a shield generator. I feel like Kashyyyk, with how important of a world it's always been, we'll slap a shield generator, a garrison, a heavy vehicles factory, and I think, yes, a military academy, a naval outpost, and maybe a processing plant too. Or we could slap a spaceport there, just to keep the amenities and stuff going. Okay, so yeah, what was that? That was Kashyyyk, right? We'll make that number 2. Kashyyyk. I don't know if Kashyyyk has a Kashyyyk 2. I don't know if that's an exclusive thing to the mod or what. Oh, one of the strange planets we found was Zakul. We found Zakul from Knights of the Eternal Throne, or Knights of the Fallen Empire, whatever it's called. And it doesn't really have anything unique. It had some nanobots on it. We had a couple of nanobot events happen. Nothing too crazy. This is one of the more interesting planets. We've just slapped a crap ton of trade markets on there. So hopefully that'll really make it a good place to buy and sell things out here in the unknown regions, completely away from the from the rest of the galaxy, while guarded also by a bunch of private fleets. It's not a planet you should ever go to. Transocean is still in ruin, and it's just going to stay that way. To hell with this damn planet. The Transoceans are psychos. Thesaurus, I don't know why some of my buildings are actually burnt out on this planet. I don't know if that's from a war I had some years ago in game time or what, but we're gonna go ahead and upgrade all of our research labs, put those in some high tiers so we can get our research really going. Let's scoot this over a little bit. There we go. Okay, this is relatively one of the fresher colonies. This planet just got captured by me, so there's really not much to really do here. We'll slap a droid assembly plant on there and then just leave it alone for a while. I think Contrum doesn't have military installations. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look at all these star systems really quick and determine which ones all have military installations, like heavy fortifications. I think this Facera, we'll keep it unpaused by the way. I think Facera had military installations. We got a heavy vehicles factory, we got a garrison, a shield generator, Bacta refinery, clinic. You have 2 precinct houses? Oh no, we've got a military academy. Okay, so what all can we recruit while we're on this planet? We can recruit basically everything. Okay. Oh, this isn't that expensive. Oh yeah, we can field the hell out of these. There we go. We'll field the heck out of those gunships. Okay. So we'll make this planet number 3. Let's see. We'll make this number 3. Number 3. There we go. All right, so we're gonna make this planet number 3 in all of our military installations and whatnot. We got a lot of Mandalorian, like jet trooper type things we can recruit, which is pretty cool. We're gonna sell some of this alloy for the crap ton of credits that it'll give us, so we can buy back our missing laser cells. We actually need a lot of those. I need a lot of those for ground troops, especially. Obviously, with them having, you know, little handheld weapons and whatnot. And then we're gonna just recruit some more Mandalorian troops of all different types. We're gonna put in work for some MLC light artillery tanks. It's a shame you'll never actually get to see these legitimately in battle, but it's okay. Lantilles is kind of a war zone. It's always been under siege. I don't think we really have too much we can use right here. Yeah, it's mostly just these kind of planet or structures. I think we'll replace one of these research facilities with a shield generator to make it easier or harder for them to bombard it if it ever gets attacked again. And then we will put a small garrison of Mandalorian troops just to guard the planet. And then I'll leave it at that. I'm not really going to do too much with it. We're actually going to upgrade that to a star fortress too, because we got attacked a lot between these worlds. And then we've also got a couple of holdings out here. I mean, nothing too crazy. These were former worlds under control of the Transoceans, and they didn't really do too much with it. So, I mean, we got a precinct house. We got some basic things that we really need to keep the planet safe. And again, we'll just garrison more troops on the planet. And then we'll just put them there for safekeeping. After that, we don't really have too many other worlds that do a whole lot of military production outside of like Mandalore and maybe Ordo. We did put a planetary shipyard around Ordo, which is pretty cool. It actually puts a physical ring around the entire planet. That's really, really dope. Other than that, I don't think we had too much happening here. Yeah, it's a pretty chill planet. We'll upgrade those facilities and whatnot. Yeah, other than that, I mean, this system's not really doing too much. Mandalore itself obviously should, of course, be very heavily fortified, but I think it is already. I don't know why these are on fire. Okay, so yeah, we don't really have much going here for Mandalore. We don't really need to have Mandalore producing our heavy vehicles right now, though, either. With it being in the capital, we're kind of just vibing. We got a lot of, we just have a lot of power. Zanbar, I don't think really has much going for it. Yeah, so we don't really have too many crazy like worlds for all these like military production things and whatnot, as far as I remember anyway. Let's see where our armies are. We've got our armies at Alaris Prime over here in Kashyyyk. I think that's where the bulk of our main army is. It is. Okay, so the bulk of our main army is on Alaris. Croctor has some forces, which is fine. Antive actually still has some troops left over on it from when we attacked it earlier. Argonar 3, where the heck is this planet at? In the middle of nowhere. Oh, it's up here. Okay, we might make this a fortress world because it borders the Tian. We do have some precinct houses. We don't really have a lot here though. Still, I'll put some armies here, recruit a few troops and whatnot, some auxiliary forces, some given, some solutions and whatnot. Okay. Other than that, I mean, we've got a little small fleet that I've been building up here near this sector where Lihan and everything is. It's not gonna be like too gigantic yet. I'm not really gonna throw full military, like, I mean, I guess I might as well. I don't know. We're running low on stuff. Okay. Yeah, hyperfuel has been very hard to come by. We'll buy a couple of stacks of this. And that should really just, that should nip that in the bud right then and there. Other than that, I mean, we're doing pretty damn good. I'm gonna try to record more footage of this mod while we do things and do our shenanigans and so forth and so forth. What did I just put on Kashyyyk? 2. I'm gonna put shield generators on here. Basic shield generators never hurt anybody. And then I think I'm gonna try and set this sector up for automatic development because can I turn this on automatic? Choose sector focus.
The conquest of a new world has begun.
I don't want to do that just yet. I'm gonna have to make sure they don't destroy any ideas that I have for these worlds. So we'll leave that alone for now. What is this? Oh, we don't have, I just realized we never actually unlocked this. The Naval Logistics Office, which will make it so we can get more fleet capacity and therefore stop hurting us financially to some varying degree. But all right, this is a really crisp looking playthrough so far. I will film the next set of wars that we go through. I'll make sure all of our ships are upgraded and whatnot as well. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it and sub to the channel. It was a very chill, I know, very laid back video where we didn't really do too much aside from upgrade things, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. And hopefully you did as well. Like I said, be sure to leave a like on the video and sub to the channel. Most people who watch this channel are not subscribed. And as always, everybody, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.